That's right, we won't put that in. We won't put that in the video. I promise we won't put it in.
No,
It won't make the cut.
No.
Now, if you were to ask on a Facebook group or a forum which is the best strimming line, you'd probably end up with about 20 different answers.
And we've been asking our subscribers, viewers and followers on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube which they think is the best.
So we have compiled 6 different varieties of the most popular answers that they have given us.
So we got strimming line from STIHL, KRAMP, Oregon, SAWTEC, Echo and another STIHL.
So today we are going to put them through their paces to actually find out which one is best.
Tested by Machinery Nation.
So it looks like James has got his ruler out again.
I have. So we have built this lovely chart. Josh, do you like my straight lines?
It's very good. And your spelling is right this time.
I did. In a previous video, I spelt something wrong and it was quite embarrassing. But there we go.
So down one side we have got the brands and the models of strimming line. And along the top we've got the tests.
Which include tension, heat, decibel, fray, longevity and the price. And then at the end, we'll total them all up.
So hopefully we'll be able to tell you which is the best. Right, so we start off with the first test, and that first test is a tension test. Now I've designed this rig to be able to pull your nylon apart. So we've got a weight scale, we're gonna have a meter's worth of nylon, and we're gonna see at what weight the line actually breaks.
Something we didn't mention is that all the lines today are 2.4 mil, and we're going to start with the STIHL square line, which is very popular in the landscaping world. Now, being a square line, it has a square profile, whereas most basic lines are only round. So it'd be interesting to see how this does. Right, let's pump.
We're at 18 kilos, 22, 25, 30, 35, 39, 40, 42, 44, 48, 52, 54, 56, 60. 64, 64, 65.
65?
65.
And this is KRAMP's very own low noise 2.4.
30, 35, 40.
Oh, 40?
40.
40. Now, this is one I'm very familiar with because I've been using it for many years, which is the Oregon Nylon star line. So I'm super excited to see how well this performs.
There we are, 10 kilos, coming up to 20. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 54.
54. This is the SAWTEC Prime Lime 2.4 supplied by EMAC UK.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Just got to 60.
60.
Just over, yeah.
This is something I have no experience of, which is Echo Black Diamond 2.4. Now, so many people have recommended that we try out this product.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 45, 46.
45, 46. And finally, for the STIHL CF3 Pro, which when we were a dealer, this is probably our most popular line that we sold.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 45.
45. So the tension, or we could say stretch test of how far it stretches before it breaks. Right.
We've got the results.
Have we? Who's top, Josh?
So top was actually STIHL Square 2.4.
So that comes in number 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
So the best
Is the highest.
the highest number.
Yeah, so we get the highest score at the end is the one who wins.
Next one in is the SAWTEC Prime Line with 60 kilos, and that's in at number 5.
Impressive.
Yeah. Oregon Star Line, 54 kilos. That's number 4.
Yeah.
And then we got a joint third.
Right.
Echo Black Diamond.
Yeah.
And STIHL CF3 Pro.
Nice.
And they were both 45 kilos.
So that makes KRAMP number 2.
Yes. And that comes in at 41 kilos.
There we are. So now the heat test. We have a clamp with the line in it. We've already put the still in ready.
And I'm going to be the twisted fire starter.
Sounds about right. Now that was quite an interesting test.
It was really good, that,
It was very good.
Quite enjoyed that.
Right, scores and Josh.
Right, so with 6 points, the best one was 26 seconds, and that was the STIHL CF3 Pro.
So they get 6 points.
Yeah. 5 points is the SAWTEC at 21 seconds.
Right, on number, that's 2 5s for them.
Yeah, joint third with 4 points is the Echo Black Diamond.
4 and
Oregon Starline, and they're at 14 seconds. Third place is the KRAMP Low Noise at 11 seconds.
yeah,
And then the STIHL Square at 9 seconds.
not, so that's a number 2.
2.
So still not a number 1.
No.
There we go. Right, we have decibel test. Let's see how much noise it makes.
Right, so in the interest of noise, I thought we ought to do a noise test to see how noisy these streaming lines are when you're using them commercially.
Josh is going to be that end. I'm going to be this end with the old noisometer. Still square. Go for it, Josh. 101.1. Right, KRAMP low noise. 93 on the nose. Oregon Nylon Starline. 104.3. SAWTEC Square Prime Line. Do it. 104.1. Hello, in-house competition. How fast can we change a still line head? I'll do this one, then Josh can do the next one. Right, get your timer out ready, mate. Hand on the thing, hand there. That's how you got to start as well.
Is that how we got to start?
Yeah.
He'll make up the rules as we go along.
Oh no, you're going second, so I can't really, can I?
Right. Ready?
Yeah.
Steady, go.
They're only short bits of line before someone goes, oh, you can put so much more line in that head. I can't believe you only put in 2 feet. When I do it, I can get in 4 million feet. Is that right, chap?
Depends how big your feet are.
Well, this is it. It's very true. Oh, got that wrong already, James. Now he's right. Clip to clip. Are you ready to press that stop button, Josh?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. 34, 37.
34, 37.
34, 37.
That's a winning score. Right, let's test the decibel reading, I suppose. So, Echo Black Diamond. 93.2. Are you ready for your go?
Yeah.
You going to beat me?
No.
You're not?
No.
Ah, that's cute, isn't it? Right, 3, 2, 1, go. And he's got the cap off. He's got the spool out. He's got the line out. He's putting the line in.
I just dropped a bit on the floor, haven't I?
Have you? What, your own bit?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Now, if you guys are going to Groundsfest this year, we are doing competitions very much like this. So you'll be able to compete against each other in tasks like this.
The other thing
What was my score? Was 34, 37, wasn't it, you got to beat?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I buggered it already.
Have you? Yeah. You're fine. You're doing okay, mate. Don't panic. It's all right. You gone one way and one around the other?
No. I reckon I'm up to about 40 seconds so far now.
Well, you're very good at counting, I'll give you that.
Okay.
47, 49.
If I hadn't dropped that bit of line on the floor, I'd have won.
Well, you lasted 10 seconds more than me, mate. That could be a good thing. But Josh is not feeding for some reason, mate.
Such a prick.
Yeah, one's going one way, one's going one way, mate.
You didn't tell me how you wanted it wound in.
Yeah, one goes one way, one goes the other.
Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to both go the
that's
same way.
That's for longevity.
No, it's right, we won't put that in the video. I promise we won't put it in.
No,
It won't make the cut.
No. James isn't going to edit this video, is he? No.
So the STIHL CF3 Pro. All eyes on Josh's filling. So let's go for it. 99 on the nose. Right, so create some noise, Josh. What's those scores, mate?
Right, so obviously the quietest is going to be the best. So the first one scored 6 points is 93 decibels, and that's the KRAMP low noise, which,
That's,
to be honest, that's to be expected. It's called low noise.
yeah, so if you're in if you want to be quiet around hospitals or something, then perhaps KRAMP's the one to go for.
Yeah, next one in, which is one of our viewers' favourites, is the Black Diamond, the Echo, and that's 93.2 decibels, so that's 5.
5.
Number 4 is still CF3 Pro.
Number 4.
Yeah. Number 3 is STIHL square at 101.1 decibels. Number 2 is SAWTEC prime line square, 104.1. And the noisiest of the lot is actually the Oregon Starline nylon.
We've got a 1. Our first 1. There we go. Right, we have now got to do the Fray Test. So the Fray Test. We have a nice oak sleeper and a chuggy pig. Have you got them?
Chuggy pig.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise known as a woodlouse, if you're not, familiar with the term chuggy pig. We have rigged up the strimmer beside it, and we're going to create an even distance between them on each of them. We've got the STIHL line in there at the moment, into the Milwaukee strimmer, and we're going to spin that up and for 30 seconds.
30 seconds, I reckon. And
then we're going to compare the frays at the end. So let's just roll all 6 lines, and then we will compare them. 1, go. One, go. Go. One. Go. 2, 1.
So the results are in for our fray or wear test. So basically, think of it as if you're running your strimmer up against a hard wall or a block work or something like that. So the condition of it after 30 seconds.
Also, if you are using nylon in grass all day long, you'll find that your nylon will fray at the end and it will start sort of splitting or splitting apart, especially with cheaper lines. Now, there's one thing to note on there, and that is the only one we could actually see a split in was the Echo Black Diamond. All of the others have just worn off sort of at an angle, haven't they? So we've tried to do it as scientifically as possible. It's quite hard to keep that. You'll probably see in the footage it moves around a little bit, but we tried to do it as true as possible.
Yeah, and the scores are our opinion as well as to what we think is the best and the least as well. So.
Right, let's do it.
Right, so we think the best is actually the STIHL CF3 Pro. So we're going to give that 6 points.
6 points.
5 points goes in at the KRAMP low noise.
5 points.
Yeah, 4 points goes in the Oregon Starline nylon.
4.
3 is STIHL square 2.4.
3.
Number 2 is Echo Black Diamond.
2.
And unfortunately, the SAWTEC prime line actually come in at 1.
Which had the most amount of wear on it, didn't it? Yeah. So there we go.
Right, so next up we have the longevity test, and that is going to test how quickly or how well the line goes up against some metal. So think of it as if you're strimming up against a fence or some wire. How quickly will that line break?
So then, times on this test I don't think are overly accurate because our clock only measures in seconds. But Josh, go on. What got
the nearest second, though.
The nearest second, I think.
Right, so the strongest is actually the Oregon Starline with 16 seconds, so that's 6 points.
6 points?
Yeah. In at number 2 is the STIHL CF3 Pro, 6 seconds, that's number 5.
Yeah.
We've got joint 4, which is Echo Black Diamond and KRAMP low noise, that's 5 seconds. Number 3.
So what's the other joint for, sorry?
Sorry, KRAMP low noise.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
Echo.
sorry.
Yeah. STIHL square comes in at number 3, or 3 points, 4 seconds. And SAWTEC prime line is 3 seconds.
3.
So that's 2 points.
Sorry. Yes, not 3 seconds, 3 points. Look at that.
Oh, smudgy-o.
I had to make a mess somewhere, didn't I?
Just lick it. Yeah, 2.
2. So not only did I make a mess of that, here I put 6 when that was meant to be a 5. So, sort of 5.
Job we had a cameraman.
It was, wasn't it? Thank you.
Right.
That leads us nicely
Pricey-o.
into pricing.
Yes.
So, how have you done this then, Josh?
So I've done price per meter, retail price, including the VAT, closest 15 meter reel I could find retail price. Okay?
Yep.
So, the cheapest, I shouldn't say the cheapest, the most cost effective.
Cheapest, yeah.
Yeah. SAWTEC prime line, 22p per metre. So that's 6 points.
So that's 6 points because it's cheapest. Okay,
yes.
Right. 6 points.
Yeah. 5 points is still square at 34 pence per metre. 4 points is KRAMP line at 38p per metre. In with 3 points is CF3 from STIHL, 42 pence per metre. Number 2, Echo Black Diamond, 45 pence per metre. And the most expensive is the Oregon Nylon style line.
Is that the most expensive?
52 pence per metre.
What's with the accent? That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know.
3, 6. What are you going to put there though?
You beat me on the strimmer line thing.
Which I'm very proud
So I
of.
had beat you on something else.
Right, it took me the same time to add up 1 line as it took Josh to add up 5 lines.
We'll see. Round 2 at Grounds first, eh?
So now he's going to re-add up his numbers because he rushed them just to make sure they're right. Right, number 6. Tell me number 6.
Right,
The
number
lowest
6.
scored.
Right,
Is that
but it's
how
actually
many?
joint. This is joint lowest.
Joint lowest, okay.
Oregon Nylon,
Really?
20 points.
Right, so 20. Yeah.
And Echo Black Diamond.
That's the 2 lowest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
right.
one up, SAWTEC prime line, 21.
Right, I'll tell you the story. I used SAWTEC prime line once and I didn't think it was very good at all. But the results were speaking for themselves.
But we
And
can
I also
do
really rated Oregon Nylon and that's come out lowest. So who am I to say anything, eh?
There you go.
Right, go on, Josh, keep going.
Right,
Okay.
still square,
Still square?
22.
22 points. 2 little ducks.
Yeah. KRAMP low noise, 24.
That is interesting. That is interesting. And to be
Feels
fair,
nice, eh? The line feels quite nice.
it
and
calls itself low noise and there's no getting away from it. That was the quietest,
Yeah.
easily. Right, so, but still CF3 Pro.
Yeah,
This is bearing in mind maths. You rehabbed that.
I did. Yeah. So what was it?
I can't remember.
29.
29.
Which is
29 points.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and when we, like I said, when we were a dealer, we highly recommended that line, didn't we? And had lots of good feedback.
A lot of contractors used to use that line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, same as the Oregon, right? Yeah, Oregon and STIHL was the 2 main.
Yeah, but no, it's interesting to see Oregon the lowest. I said I'd got no experience with Echo Black Diamond until people suggested it, but this might speak differently. I don't know. So the SAWTEC prime line, I guess, because it is the cheapest, it's got a really high score there.
Yeah.
Whereas the Oregon was the most expensive, so it's got a really low score. So
And
we take these results as you do.
same with the heat side of things. You don't know if the cheaper line is a thicker, like a, well, what should we say, more dense line maybe? I don't know.
That's one thing I want to say about the heat test. We didn't actually explain it when we done it, did we? Is that the main reason we've done a heat test is because when you're using streaming line and it's in a spool and it's wrapped all in around the spool, the hotter your gearbox gets and then it goes down into your streaming head, doesn't it? And it'll start to melt your streaming line to each other, so it'll bond
You get
up.
like a binding effect, don't you?
Yeah, bind itself together. So when you go to pull it out, it's literally like trying to pull it apart. So when you go and bump feed your head, it doesn't feed automatically.
The other thing I think is surprising is that tension from that steel square. To think that's what our class is a lower quality line than their steel CF3 Pro. That is really surprising.
So there we go. We have come up with some results on 6 trimming lines. What we'd like to know below in the comments is, have we missed one that is important to you? Is there a line that you use all the time, you swear by, that we should look at? One thing we haven't done is a water test where people keep them in water. Well, I don't know if there's much truth in that.
Well, it's a steel thing, isn't it? Still really
recommend it.
and they write it on their packages. And I think what we could do is drop in the comments below if there's any other tests you think we could do, because we could do a round 2, but perhaps do it on like 2.7 mil and have some different brands in there. So if you've got any ideas, drop them in the comments below.
So it's one I had to think of halfway through doing this, wasn't it? And that's resistance. Because obviously the more line you've got, the heavier the line, the more resistance it's going to give you. The less resistance, the quicker your head's going to go around. So there are some other things to do. If you want to see more about that, drop a comment below.
So we're Machinery Nation. We bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. We hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheerio!